To start, I am completely unqualified to talk about this. I have no proof either way, and this is all just theory and propaganda and all that stuff. But do aliens exist? Everyone's heard of the studies that say that, we are 1 quadrillion stars in 1 quadrillion galaxies, stuff like that. The numbers game of the argument. That's basically the apex of the argument for aliens. Now, there's of course the numbers game on the opposite side. That's the likelihood that we are the only ones on Earth or of course we're the only ones on Earth, but that we are the only ones in the universe that exists that are intelligent life. Now, to me, I find it possible that aliens do exist. Aliens that visited Earth? Probably not. I think there's a lot of explorable universe and a lot of what's going on in the universe that if an alien species was able to get out of their planet and explore the vastness of the galaxies around them, there's a lot more interesting stuff. Water is most likely not unique. There are other planets that already have, I believe, confirmed ice. I believe Mars has ice. So water is not really unique to our planet. There's not much that is unique to our planet other than life, but if another species exists on another planet, another alien species, the likelihood that they exist elsewhere other than that other singular alien species is pretty high. So even that, let's just assume, for the sake of example, that was true, that they did exist. That allows a stronger possibility for others to exist, because we know it's not a singular event on just us. So we're not special in that sense. Kind of. Don't mean to sound crass or rude, but so there's a multitude of other places in the galaxy. You have black holes, you have quasars, which, that is a black... You know what I mean. We are not really a important destination, I wouldn't think. Now, this is my small, simple, human mind that's barely comprehending my own existence well. So, for me to say this is it's all theory and talk and whatever. But the importance of aliens' existence for humankind, I think, is relatively great. I think it's good to have a goal to aspire to, or a mission or a puzzle to figure out. Because it is exciting, and if we did find... Even if we found life on Mars, that's technically an alien species, and that is amazing. That's just within our own solar system. There are trillions and trillions and trillions of other solar systems. Even higher. So for us to find 2 planets within this one solar system that has life would be unexplainably awesome. Now, what would that mean for religion? What would that mean for science? What would that mean for mathematics? A huge deal. Mathematics and science for sure, but religion, I guess it would depend on what religion you celebrate or practice. Because if you're a Christian or a Catholic or Jewish or Muslim, that might bring a strong reconsideration of your deity, of your God, or whatever it is that you happen to identify with. So, is it important to find aliens? Well, to me, yes. To me, it is important to know if we are alone in the universe. Because despite the mathematics, despite the science, if we are alone, if we are truly the only ones to exist on this entire realm that we call the universe, how fucking crazy would that be? I mean, really, that would be, it would be mind-boggling to be the only ones, and the feeling of uniqueness would be exponentially greater if we had some sort of proof that we were the only ones. But so far, we don't have any proof that we aren't the only ones. So as of right now, we are going with the assumption that we are the only ones. But the math and the science behind other species existing is fairly substantial. It's not heavily flawed. It's not heavily improbable, to be honest. And I don't have any specific studies or anything that I'm going to quote because I just don't know, and I honestly didn't do the research for this video. But if you want to look it up, go look it up yourself. But if you take all that mathematical, scientific jargon out of the way, what would that mean for us? I mean, they would bring an entire new ecosystem. Let's assume that if they did exist, or a planet that contained life as populated and as different as ours is, and as diverse as ours is on our own planet, then let's assume that they have at least one species of semi or high or even extremely high intelligence. Let's assume that they were equivalent to people. You're talking about new history, new philosophies, probably not new mathematics, but who knows how advanced their mathematics is compared to ours? Who knows how advanced their science is compared to ours? If they were to come here, that means their science is 100-fold more advanced than ours. We can barely get to other planets. What if they could get to other galaxies? The threat of war, the threat of resource extraction of our own planet, the threat of wiping us out, the threat of ourselves attacking and provoking these people. Now, the realistic expectation that any of this could actually happen within our lifetime, or anybody's lifetime of viewing this video, is honestly fairly low. So these questions are kind of just questions, but that's kind of the base of philosophy, is just the, finding out the reasons behind why certain things are the way that they are regarding, the earth and the surrounding universe and spirituality and all that stuff, which is whatever. So is this an important subject to discuss? Well, I mean, why not? Why not discuss the possibility of something like this? I mean, it is a substantial, if it were to happen, it would be a substantial change and a very abrupt change to the human species. There's not many other things that could happen to us that would be such an abrupt, life-altering thing. Excluding natural disasters like asteroids or super tsunamis or whatever the fuck, come up with something, I don't know. So taking away all that, if we actually saw a black hole, or we encountered one, or one was coming towards us, or one spawned next to one of us, or the Large Hadron Collider in Sweden created one. I don't know. If that happened, yes, in that scenario, we'd probably all die. But that is for the most part not issues that need to be dealt with by the public, by people. You introduce aliens to our population. Oh, this is kind of cool. Look at the fingerprints. Disappear. It's weird. You look at an alien population coming here. Our entire populace would be insane. We'd have Australia wanting to blow them up, Sweden wanting to take them in, America now probably wanting to blow them up or build a wall. I don't know. A sky wall. So that is a huge humanitarian change. That changes every person's way of life after that encounter. That to me is insane. I think that would be one of the biggest wake-ups to everyone. Me, you, the president, people in general. Is the actual existence of intelligent life. We have a hard enough time comprehending the specifics and the coordination of our own species. We're all the same people. We're too busy dividing things into nations and countries and states and Democrat and Republican and individualism or whatever you call it. I don't know. Or independent. That's the one. Individualism. The fuck. It's different. We're too busy dividing ourselves. We're all the same fucking species. I mean, it shouldn't really matter. You don't see orangutans. Actually, you do see orangutans getting all territorial, but the point is we shouldn't. It's counterproductive. The things that we should worry about, or at least be working on, we shouldn't be worrying about how to get along with one another. That's stupid. That takes us back in evolution. The only way that the foundation for how intelligent and how long humans have lived and not been able to be taken apart by animals that are stronger and bigger and faster than us is to work together. Now, human existence has exponentially grown to a point where that no longer is a issue. But now we've started to go against each other. Now we are our biggest enemy. Now tell me, from a logic perspective, does that make any sense? To grow as a species, to overcome every single obstacle in nature, only to hit a fucking brick wall that is the human fucking species. Anyways, this isn't a rant about that. That's for another day. But aliens. Do they exist? Maybe. Do I want to know? Absolutely. Do you want to know? Let me know in the comments. We'll talk about it. Also, if you have any topics you want me to talk about, leave those in the comments. I'll talk about those.